What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another FIFA 17 video. Today we're going to be discussing the new cards in FIFA 17 Ultimate Team, but also taking a look at the old cards and how they've changed and what this means for the game. Now you guys may well have seen this, other places, Gamescom videos, other YouTubers videos, from streamers videos, Instagram, Twitter, etc. And that's totally fine, but for those of you that haven't, this video is for you, and of course I'm going to give my opinion and my take on everything that's going down. Excuse me. So to start, we got the base items. You guys definitely would have seen these quite easily. It's the rares and the non-rares, although based on the squad builder game mode, these are no longer called non-rares. I'm not even sure if they were actually ever called non-rares. I think that's just something that the community dubbed them for. They are now called common cards. So you have rare cards and you have common cards. The bronze, the silver, the gold there. Very nice, quite similar to what we have now, not too dissimilar. The border, you see like the really thin border around the rare cards just on the outside of the card. I thought that would be the thing that changed with the new game modes and the new rewards. However, I was wrong with that, and that's kind of where we stand on the rares and the commons. Next up, we've got the new Inform looks. So the Inform looks actually for me is one of the best it's ever been. I really like the cards. I think even though it's still black at the bottom, it's not really black. It's kind of like the very similar tone to the color of the card. And just much like last year, they're going to be easily changeable for things like Team of the Season, Team of the Year, Man of the Match, Hero cards, etc. I don't have any versions of those right now because these are like the official cards, so I'm not entirely sure what those ones are going to look like. I'm sure that a few of the graphics guys have done some absolutely fantastic mock-ups, but up to date right now, this is pretty much all the information we've got. So those guys are the new Informs. And then we move on to the actual brand new items. We've got 3 red cards, 1 purple card, 1 black card. I'm going to explain exactly what the cards are, how you can get them, what you do with them, and why they could be massively important throughout the year. So the first ones are the red ones, a bronze, a silver, and a gold. You get these cards for the Foot Champions rewards. So if you open a pack in Foot Champions, I'm unsure as to whether it's just the specific Team of the Week packs that you're going to get for being in Elite or 100 to rank 1 to 100. I'm not sure. So it might be the fact that any pack you get from Foot Champions, if you open the pack and there's an Inform, it will be this color. That's potentially what's going to be going on there, but I'm not entirely sure. I think that will just then spawn too many of these into the game. They will be tradable. To my understanding, they will have the same value attributes as the respective Inform. So let's say Messi gets an Inform on day 1 and it's a 95 rated right wing. The gold, kind of gold and red card will also be a 95 rated right wing with the same stats. All these are kind of there to show you is that, hey, I earned this, I didn't buy this and I didn't pack this, I earned this. I played the game and this was my reward. So I'm not entirely sure, as we spoke about in yesterday's video regarding Foot Champions. I'm not entirely sure if these cards would be tradable or not. From what we saw at EA at Gamescom, they were tradable. Every item was tradable that we dealt with there. But that might have been just for the sake of the build that it was on, to make it easier to put no untradables in there. So I'm not overly sure whether they're going to be tradable or not. If anyone has any better information for me on that, then let me know in the description down below, or in the comment section down below. Next up, guys, we've got the purple card. Now, for me, this purple card is sick. You guys would have seen it with Marco Reus, with David Villa, with Giovinco. You get this card for completing squad builder challenges. However, the squad builder challenges aren't necessarily easy to get this. There are some easy squad builder challenges that give you packs, coins, pretty much packs and coins as rewards. So like one of the challenges was, one of the very first ever challenges you're going to do, which I would assume would be in the game, is literally to just give up a bronze player and you get a bronze pack. It's a 400 coin pack. You get more out of it though. You give up 1 bronze player, you get the opportunity to get a whole pack. So that's pretty good. But to complete the challenges to get the purple players was actually a little bit more difficult. So one of the biggest challenges that we did at Gamescom was, it was obviously a Gamescom challenge. It was set up there specifically for Gamescom. It wasn't necessarily for, or it's not necessarily going to be in the main game. But one of the biggest challenges was to complete 11 players from every single MLS team. Now, there are, of course, 20 MLS teams. To get 11 players, you had to complete 11 players, 100 chemistry, and I believe a minimum rating of like a 4-star team or something like that. That was the kind of contribution that you had to give. And for completing just one of these 20 teams, you didn't get anything. You just lost those players. That's it. But oh no, sorry, I beg your pardon. You did get something. You got like a pack here or there, like a silver players pack, or like a 5k pack. One of the times you got like 3,000 coins. But once you complete all 20 teams, that's when you got the purple Giovinco. So he obviously had upgraded stats, he was sellable, and his card was pretty damn decent. I hope they do more of that at the start of the year than towards the end of the year, because it would be good to see something like, you know, on day one having, boom, a brand new purple player where you have to complete all the Mexican teams, because then it gives value not only to the card itself, not only to the game mode itself, but it gives value to all of the packs that you open. It gives value to the foot draft, gives value to foot champions, because now when you go into the foot draft, if you're bad at FIFA but you love playing foot draft and you go out in round 1 and you get this, like, you know, this one rare silver player that's from the Mexican League, and on that particular week the Mexican League is one of the challenges, that Mexican League player is now going to sell for a considerable amount of coins. So you're going to end up making good money off of the poor packs throughout the year. So it's going to be interesting to save your players throughout the year, to not sell everything, to not jump on the bandwagon of just getting rid of everything every time or discarding a whole bunch of players. You know, you probably want to sell your duplicates, discard your duplicates, but in terms of just your solo players, keeping them is actually going to be very, very important. And then last but not least, for these brand new items, we have the black card. This is called the one to watch. So what's going to happen, according to the EA dev that I spoke to, in the first game week only, and I'm not sure if that's the first official game week or the early access or people that get the game early. I don't know necessarily how it's going to work, but I think there's a certain amount of the new transferred items. I think it's going to be a full team of them, so 23 of the new transferred cards. So for example, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Xhaka, Pogba, anyone that's gone anywhere, you know, Higuain, they are going to come out in the first week as this black card. And this black card is going to have their traditional stats. So let's assume it is Paul Pogba, and he is the same rating as he was this time last year. I don't necessarily know if he will be or not, but let's assume. So Paul Pogba is going to have a black card there that has his regular 86 rated stats. Now, you are able to sell these cards. This has been confirmed. You are able to put these cards on the transfer market and sell them and buy them and pack them for the first week only. However, what's going to happen is, if they get an inform or a special upgraded item in game, the black card is also going to upgrade. So if Paul Pogba gets another Team of the Year card and you packed his or bought his black card really early in FIFA for quite cheap, that black card is now going to have the same stats as his Team of the Year card, so it's going to have far, far more value. It's more of a, like what they explained as a stock market than anything else, because you buy it and you're risking the fact on whether or not it goes up in value. You might go out and buy one of them hoping that, you know, over the coming weeks they'll get an inform or two, they'll go up in value, you know, the black card will go up in value compared to what you bought for it, and you'll be able to sell them on. But let's say they then get injured in real life, you now might have spent a whole bunch of your coins on a player who's completely lost his value. So it adds like a different kind of idea to the transfer market. I really like it. I personally would like to just get them in my club and buy them to keep them, so that, you know, once I've got the highest rated, you know, once that card gets a new version, I've still got the highest rated. And in terms of squad building, for me personally, it's kind of a good way to, like, if you can fit 3 or 4 of these one to watch cards into your main team, you're never going to have to spend coins to upgrade that area, because once they get an inform, it's just going to be instantly upgraded. So it's going to be a really cool feature to have. I don't necessarily understand why they're only doing it in the first week. Maybe it's a tester and they're going to do more with it in the future. It would be nice for me if maybe they did like X amount in week 1, but then 1 a week for the remainder of FIFA. You know, you're not going to then end up with stupid amounts of these black cards. You'll only end up with like, what, four a month. on a 10-month or so cycle, you're only going to end up with like 50 or 60 of these cards. And considering how many players there are, you could do it with a silver player here or there, a bronze player here or there. So like, let's say you did it with a bronze player who then actually gets upgraded to a silver, but then gets a team of the season. You could then have some like Randy bronze player that you've got as a team of the season silver card, which would be absolutely sick. So that's what the one to watch card is about, guys. For me, the new cards, they look great, and they've got very, very good relevance in the game, which I can't wait to use. Last but not least, guys, we're going to look at the new legends. There's actually one legend missing off of this panel, which is Mark Overmars, but we've got Jamie Carragher, Del Piero, Rio Ferdinand, Hernandez, Emmanuel Petit, Carlos Puyol, Scholes, Solskjaer, and Veron into our new legends kind of category, along with, of course, Mark Overmars, which I think of all of those guys, only Del Piero, Puyol and Hernandez didn't play in the Premiership. Of course, Petit played for Arsenal, Veron played for Chelsea, Solskjaer for Man United, Scholes for Man United, Ferdinand for Man United, Carragher for Liverpool, and Overmars, of course, for Arsenal. And now with the addition of Petit and Overmars, this takes me back to my kind of childhood, oh my god, yes years, when the Invincibles were around, when Arsenal were actually like at the top of the game in the Premiership, and our midfield consisted of like Ray Parlour, okay, I know it's Ray Parlour, Petit, Overmars, and Vieira as our full midfield, and then we have Bergkamp and Henry, or Bergkamp and Ian Wright up front. Now, of course, Ian Wright's not in the game, but Bergkamp is. We're pretty much able to build a full Invincibles team at this stage. You know, we've got a lot of the defenders in there. Sol Campbell, Jens Lehmann, David Seaman, who of course were both, I think, were they both keepers at the same time? I can't remember specifically, not whilst I'm making the video, I'd have to do a bit of research. But I'm genuinely excited for some of these midfielders and to see their stats. Would love to see Petit's stats, would love to see Paul Scholes' stats and how they rate him. But I think someone like Rio Ferdinand is going to be massive, because I think he might become one of the better centre-back legends, because Ferdinand was rapid. The same as Carlos Puyol, he was also absolutely rapid back in his prime. It's going to be really good to have these legends in, along with Mark Overmars. So yeah, that's that really. And that, guys, is going to be the end of the video for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.